graduate of University of San Carlos, Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering, batch 2001. He's now currently studying an executive master's in MagRav's technology, the new plasma technology. Currently, he's an entrepreneur in the wholesale and retail beverage industry. But most of all, he is a loving father and husband to his wife, Janelle. And yes, they have four amazing kids. Let's give a big hand to Renan Lim.
So maybe you have, I'm just new in this study, just about a year, almost a year doing this study. So it's basically when when I did this, I really did more about 4 years of research on free energy. So I just reached this point to see the not the best, maybe this is the ultimate for me for this generation that we need to get into. So we have already identified all the problems in the community. First is we have the poverty that's always been there. We have hunger, all this calamity, climate change, the moral degradation, political corruption, business profiteering, war on terror, war on drugs, chemtrails poisoning, and geoengineering, vaccine poisoning, GMO crops, business of disease, sustainable energy suppression, and a lot more. All because of greed, power, and apathy in our souls. We may be aware or not, but there is a struggle in humanity. But in the brighter side, many of us has been, especially here, have been elevating and improving people through corporate social actions, missionary evangelisms, government social welfare programs, and personal convictions. So this is one of my personal convictions to help humanity. And we are sure that this will greatly help change our world. So today, humanity has reached a level of knowledge and awareness that we say enough is enough. We are prepared to change the paradigm of living and coexisting with nature and God's creation. Humanity is ready to live a sustainable and peaceful community worldwide. We are now unshackled from the controls of greed and corruption of souls. We are now seeing the light that awakens us from our apathy and selfishness. In the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 3, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God created the heavens and the earth using only his thoughts and words. This is the creation technology. This is plasma magrav's technology. Thoughts are measured by magnetic fields and impulses. Spoken words are measured in waves and frequency. All of them are multiple fields interacting with each other, creating physical matter. This is how nature works and all God's creation, from atoms to galaxies. So I have a short presentation to show the basic of all of plasma technology. Okay, so the foundation. Keshe Foundation is an independent, non-profit, non-religious organization founded by nuclear engineer Renan Keshe that aims to develop new scientific knowledge, new technologies, and new solutions to major global problems like famine, water shortage, lack of electrical supply, climate change, disease, through the use of specially developed plasma reactors, which will also give mankind the real freedom to travel in space. We are a spaceship program foundation. So all what will be designed is for deep space travel, but it is applicable to our society right now, especially. What is plasma? This is the basic definition of plasma and plasma technology. Plasma are considered to be collections of combinations of interactions of plasmatic magnetic field forces of matters, antimatters, and dark matters, and other magnetic field forces, all at the same time and within an overall sphere of the confines of a space or plasma. Further, in the process of interactions and collections of these initial plasmatic magnetic fields forces, which each other in specific combinations, this leads to creation of atoms, molecules, matters, and so on. So we have the fundamental matters of plasma. Basically, we have the antimatter as the stronger plasmatic magnetic fields. This is the part that we cannot see. Those are the field strengths, the magnetic fields, the gravity fields. The matter part is the atoms that we can see. And the dark matter part is the transition from energy of fields to a matter state. So that is the basic, simple fundamentals of how plasma works. So plasma are in an all in torus shape. It is from all creation of God's universe. All from the cell to a galactic plane, cell division, from a tree, fruit, everything created in this universe is plasma. So I'll just go through some pictures. If you look in each fruits, there you can see how magnetic and gravitational field works. When we study this, we will know how the creation technology works. This is plasma technology. That's why we want this to be spread as fast as we can here in the Philippines, starting in Cebu, because when people learn this, we will have a very, very sustainable, renewable, peaceful community. Working with nature. We have long been doing that. We want to work with nature, but we have not yet understood how nature works. So this is with plasma technology, we will know each and portion of how to go about in the creation technology. You can see the watermelon, there are flows of fields forming. And you know this is a cross-section of a urinary bladder in our system. Still the same, every part, and this is a fruit. And we theorize that the earth looks like this. Everything in creation is built in plasma. All the universe, as you can see in snails, storms, galaxies, fossils, all forming in spiral shapes. All are plasmatic interactions. So this will be learned in plasma technology. We will understand this and we will work with it to cooperate in making a peaceful world and making things work according to God's creation. So magravs technology, it is a new method of using the interaction of both gravitational and magnetic fields of the reactor in respect to other celestial objects, similar fields to attain motion and positioning, to create the motion, energy, and food exactly as the universal objects as on Earth and the Sun, without burning of any matter as in the universe. We always tell ourselves we need to eat food, but basically food is only 20% of the energy that we need. We absorb the environmental energy from the sun and our surroundings through our skin. That is 80%. And we do not even me, I was not familiar about that. I thought it's just food and water and air, but basically it's everything in our surroundings. And it is our skin that absorbs much of the fields of energy in the surrounding. So I go on. So these are the gravitational plasma layer attraction. So the fields are pulling in, and a magnetical is pushing out. Then these fields appear in every entity simultaneously with different strengths. So here are the basic applications of the production of plasma. We can create nanomaterials using kitchen technology. That's why kitchen technology, plasma technology is a basic technology. If you are a barbecue dealer or you cook, you're already a plasma scientist. If you've been cleaning your toilets using NaOH, you are already a plasma scientist. But the thing is, we didn't harvest those nanomaterials. We just drain it out and throw it in the garbage. We didn't use it. Now we know how to use this, and we already can apply this in many applications. These are a microscopic view of the nano-coated plates. And this is a multi-cell static GANS reactor. So its GANS means it's gas in nanostate. So here we can gather different nanoparticles. Some of the examples which are commonly gathered or harvested are the CH3 or methyl and ferrous oxide gas. And here we have also the copper oxide gas and the CO2 plus zinc oxide gas. All these nanomaterials are very, very useful in the whole application here in our country, from health, agriculture, uh, energy, and all. This is one of my experiments, just making some diamond-shaped salt crystals. So you can form what you like if you create the conditions, certain conditions of what you do. In this technology, there will be no need of gold anymore. Set the the conditions, you can create gold. Set proper parameters in building your reactors, you can create any matter you like. There will be no more starving of elements and everything. Here, this is my simple experiment, my almost dying plant. If you can see here, not this one is already dried up. And I just put a CO2 GANS tube ring around it. After 3 weeks, with just rainwater, it sprung up leaves again. So even without any fertilizer, any other interactions, with only the fields of CO2 GANs, it makes it alive. Here are the dynamic reactors, which can be used for specific applications for flight medical materials production. And Renan Keshe also had patents of his technology, and he already give it away for the last 5 years, and it's online. You can download it online because he made the technology open source, as it will be shared to all humanity. He have given all the patents to the governments, but for the past 4 years, the government has done nothing, nothing at all. So now we go to the public. We go masses so that masses will share and study the technology and do it by themselves. So there are some guides. He has a book. He said, "We replicate the same technology as the universe." And one quote here is said, "God has been the creator of all, and man the converter of some." So basically, plasma technology is a technology of nature. And I know each one of us here, even a kindergarten or a 5-year-old can do it. My son, two sons, they've been doing harvesting GANS materials right now. I am teaching them how they have already their kids. So I do homeschooling. That's why I have my own curriculum. I teach my son on plasma science, not the basic science we're learning in school. Okay, so Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute is based on Albania. So we have an online school ongoing right now. So we meet every day, Mondays to Fridays. And for the past 5 months, I've been schooling. And eventually, they invited me to teach at least a week, once a week, which is a good opportunity for us Filipinos, so to share what we have learned and what is the technology we are using here. And I would like to present one of the products that we will be presenting today. This is the first free energy health gadget on health aspect. So we will give you the participants here, we will give you free. We will demonstrate later how this works after that. So basically, the features, no batteries needed or any recharging, no expiry dates, works well in relieving common body pains and a lot more for a few minutes or even seconds. No body intrusion, simple and handy, fully plasmatic interactions. This will surely phase out greatly pharmaceutical drugs. Surely. So it will be taught to the ground level, masses level, and they will learn how to make these things, and the masses will be not dependent anymore with drugs. No more. No more biogesic, no more Alexa, no more on those aspects. All plasmatic interactions will be done. But we are so much blessed that he will be live on us, talking to us via Zoom today. Okay, so I will try to contact him. He is already online. Hello, Mr. Keshe. Can you?
Yes. Good afternoon to you.
Good
Thank
afternoon,
you.
Mr. Keshe.
Afternoon, Renan. Uh, Thank you very much for inviting us, even though we are not there physically.
Yes, sir. So right now is you have a slot right now for about 30 to 45 minutes, or you just to present the technology to the people here, and hopefully you can enlighten us.
Thank you very much, Renan. Thank you very much for the people in Philippines, which allow the humanity to take a new course. As you've seen, most of what we do, sorry about this, I've got a very late night. I'm not young anymore as before. We have developed the technology as one race. The technology does not belong to no one, but the whole of humanity. I have a long connection with Philippines. As you know, some 40 years ago, my brother was educated in Manila University. And somehow the connection has come back to Philippines in a very strong way. The point is not nationality anymore. The point is not borders anymore. The point is how we can change the course of humanity, how we can use this technology in bringing peace, how we use this blue box is a symbol of peace. When you open it, it's nothing but a hollow box of energy, plasma. You don't see complicated circuitry in it. You don't see complicated box of electronics. It is so simple. People who are there, Renan can tell you, because they are producing the same system as we do, slightly in different version, as it has to be. And they will tell you one simple thing. If you understand the depth of the knowledge, which is very simple, you can use the strings of coconut leaves, a palm tree leaves. You can use roots of a tree to create the same condition to create energy. So don't get fooled by a blue box that there is something magic in it. As I always say, the magic is inside you. It's you who's got to enlighten yourself. Human race is too physical. We have to have something to prove that we have something. Don't look at this polished box, which we had to do it because the Western people are used to it. The units which are made by Philippines is more effective than this because they carry more simple boxes, but they carry the heart, the essence of sharing technology and power amongst you. One of the biggest problems in Philippines is not the power, is what this power, this box will bring in different islands, irrespective of your race, your color, and the way the religion is played to create power in the houses which have no power. This power unit should enlighten people of Philippines that doesn't matter if you're Muslim or Christian and which path of Christianity you follow or Islam, this should bring you together. This box is a box of light, it's a box of hope, it's a box of peace. Next time you see a Christian, next time you see a Muslim, give each other a box and say, this is my box for you. Everything you need is in there for you and your family. And you will see, you find your peace amongst yourself. We know in different islands in southern Philippines what's going on. Game played in Vatican and game played in Saudi Arabia for the sake of more members. With this box, break this barrier. Make units in Christian side, make units in Muslim side, and take it to the other side and let them feed each other. This unit will bring peace to Philippines. If the intention is peace amongst you. And with it will come to the rest of East Asia, Central Asia. Maybe there's a reason that Philippines is a parallel organization in development as what we call the Italy. You people sit with the right heart, unconditional, and I share knowledge with your team unconditionally. So don't get fooled by a box. We have made that box in our brain, in our heart, and when there is nothing, you see the same thing. You all receive the same. These details of how these wires are connected and how can create more is because it's our intention to where to put what we need, what we call energy. Yesterday we saw in the presentation, ambassadors are not shy to receive, but immediately they are very protective to protect their position to be ambassadors. And what will happen when there is one nation, one government? They're happy to receive the box and the knowledge and the key and the design. But what they have in their mind is, what about my position? As I said to them, if we have peace, we don't need any ambassadors. There are no nations. We become one nation. From today through this conference in Philippines and then the ones to follow in the coming weeks and months, our logo is one thing. Our motive is one thing. Technology, knowledge shared equally in exchange for peace. We'll give so much knowledge to the governments and the people on a daily basis from now on that man has no reason to fight. The most strangest thing will be when we transfer this knowledge of energy to be able to feed the animals without them knowing that in a time to come, it's not very far, it'll be a matter of years, 2, maybe 3 years or so. If we do our job right, that we can position systems like these as satellites, that every man on this planet receives everything in the strength they need, Then we feed the animals, the tiger, the lions. They walk amongst the cities with us because they're so saturated with the food that they don't need to eat us and we don't need to kill them. The earth becomes one zoo and the zoo of humanity, and not only humanity, as one race for everything. These are not dreams. If you understand what is sitting on that table, I'm sure you have seen the units which you made in Philippines. When you put, as you've seen, a unit in a village, you're so short-sighted that you're happy that the humans will get fed. But at the same time, you feed the animals too. We all have one common ground, the amino acid, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen, which is in the air which we breathe, and it's in the air which is the essence of our creation. So when you feed the lion, which is in the jungle next to you, without him knowing, he's not hungry there to eat you. This was the promise of Christ. We achieved it, and now it takes time to spread it. Would we make more zoos and would we make more safaris to capture the animals? Or do we make the man the animal captured by the animals, living in one harmony? This is not the dream anymore. And a lot of you don't even understand what's in front of you. I know what knowledge I have brought. I don't have the power to be magic. I have the power to be free, detached from the physicality that can share knowledge. If you make these units and teach it freely, we promised on the 26th of this month, in October 2015, we'll open the designs. Once we start opening, we'll still be selling the units because the old, the needy, the Africans, the third world nations don't have the facility to access this technology very freely and easily. Those who are narrow-minded and they want to pay only for their own unit, you will find out this system reads your mind because it's made of you. You will not benefit by it much. But if you can afford one unit and you can afford 2 or 10, you pay for it that the others will have. You will find peace and harmony. So, as I said, it's very simple. Now, the fear of man, all of us, was when we go to sleep, if our children are hungry, can we feed them tomorrow? How much do I have to work to be able to not to see the pain of hunger on the face of my child? From today, with what we have released in Italy and now in Philippines, this worry sits on the face of the kings, the presidents, the leaders of the world. Because when we are equal, when we can have everything and we are just and correct and we are at peace, do we need to pay others to tell us how to be peaceful and how they can protect us from the others? You'll be amazed what this technology and this unit, which is birth, has brought the change we've been waiting for. Do we need leaders to negotiate with the other leaders for imaginary lines which they created for them to call themselves leaders? Or, as I said, even with Philippines, we give each other gifts, gift of life, gift of food, and we'll have enough time to be at peace with ourselves and then with our countries and then with the nations. Please understand, I have not given you a magic box. Our people, our team in Philippines is not going to give you a box that you're going to have a free energy. This is a box of freedom. It depends how much and what you see as freedom. You want to be free of taxes, and then what's going to happen to your roads and your doctors? You want to be free to walk on the streets without worrying who's going to steal from you because you all have the same. Free to walk in the jungles that you know no lions will eat you. No tiger is there to eat you because it's already fed. Those lions in the jungles are the leaders in the cities and in countries. So you will understand how this thing will start changing in a matter of coming weeks and days. Every man will make a unit to feed himself, not to feel hungry, to light himself, not to live in the dark. Not only in the dark of the light as physicality, but the dark of the light in the mind of man. Do we need religions? Do we need them to tell us how to share our soul with our brothers and sisters? Do we need world leaders to kill us for them to be called the most powerful man on this planet, where the only power they carry is the power of death? Most of you are Christian in Philippines. Christ sacrificed his life for peace. You ask one world president to sacrifice his life for to stop the armies in his country. Then you know who's the true man. Share the knowledge will teach you so much that you cannot even imagine. This is the tip of an iceberg with 99% of it still under the water. We are opening it every day according to the understanding of the Keshe Foundation knowledge seekers around the world. With Renan in Philippines and the team behind him and group of the people who are supporting you, learn the knowledge, share the knowledge, and those who ridicule knowledge now is those who are protecting their titles, the doctors, the PhDs, the councils and the mayors. Because they know what they know now, the man on the street knows, the little child, as we said in China, in the toilet makes the nanomaterial and gas. With this knowledge, with this technology sitting on the table for you, you understand one thing. From now on, the palaces, the houses, the luxuries have no meaning because everybody now can produce the same gold, the same silver. I wonder how you value it. From now on, the man who creates peace, the man who shares knowledge has more value than any PhD written on the wall in front of an office, which is as long as you are in that door. If you are a mayor, if you are a professor, if you are whatever title, once you leave that room, nobody knows you, except you serving humanity. I've said this to many world leaders and presidents and ambassadors and scientists. Once you leave your room, you exist because of that piece of wood on the wall or metal on the door. You don't go down the street and say, I'm doctor or professor, ambassador. You ask for a potato, the guy serves you as a man the potato. You don't carry your title on the head. But if the man gives you a potato, you give him a kiss, you thank him for what he's giving you as nourishment, he'll remember you as a man. And this box, that's what it is. There are people in the United States who have nothing to eat. They are in financial problem, but they're making all these components you see to help the others freely and they distribute it. Because somehow they receive it. Please, you're scientists listening to this, you are mayors, you are men of influence. You're a woman at power. Remember one thing. Once you take your clothes off to go to sleep, you take the cloth of pain with you because you know you've been unjust not that day by using the technology the correct way. Don't be proud of the title. Your title dies with you in a box. At least with the box we're giving you, people remember you for the man or the woman who brought peace to few people, food to few people, by just sharing knowledge. You don't understand what this box is going to do with you, but slowly in the coming weeks and months, you'll find out this box is the news of you in what you call heaven or earth. You share the knowledge, you bring peace to the others, they give from their soul to you. Use this knowledge, this power unit, the technology which we brought. You'll find out every night you go to sleep, you take the clothes of the man off, but you turn up the clothes of the consciousness. Have I given enough today? Did I share enough today? Then you find out, because now we made you the judge of your own behavior, then you'll find peace. You'll find peace with yourself, you will find peace with others. In the coming days, we show you how you can make gold as much as you like from this unit. And then you don't need the Pope to come to Philippines, to Thailand, to collect what you call gold you give to the church to enrich in flights back to Vatican. Or the Muslims to buy arms to kill each other against each other and against others. Don't forget, I sat in the room, I sat in the basements of the buildings in the center of London when Marcos went. As a young man of 20s, I watched how Filipinos brought bars of gold from the National Reserve of Philippines to be banked in Royal Bank of Scotland. I saw how one man took so much. I sat in a corridor of basements and I watched how bars of gold were taken out of Philippines by the man who called himself whatever. And it was registered one by one into the Royal Bank of Scotland. The man who showed me his name is Lord Cramond, the owners of Bank of Scotland. I've seen how your nation worked, filtered through. Now make as much bars of gold as you like, but this time the Scottish will make their own, the Americans will make their own. There'll be no gold to carry from one nation to another. The gold has to be your heart. I've been involved in back of Philippines for a long, long time. I've seen how your assets flew out in bags out of Philippines when Marcos went. Now you can make gold with your heart. Nobody can take it from you. Make your nations feel big, strong, and it's not your nation because now your nation is this planet. I still have somewhere in my archives pictures of the Filipinos who came with bar of gold in sacks. Bill Crammond told me one thing. These people don't understand how we are emptying their nation. And they are proud to bring it out for Marcos. If you understand what sits in front of you, what we showed, what Renan has built, and you've seen it as an energy box, you can understand the essence of it, not the box of it, You're already rich. I always said, and I teach in my teachings, with this technology, there is a huge ethics. It hasn't given you the freedom, but it actually enslaved you. It slaves your soul to be correct for yourself and the people around you, because it's not the energy just as an electron, it's a plasma. It has a life of an entity. It has emotion, it has feeling, it gives and takes. Is it strong enough that it will stand its own strength? And it changes you to its power, not it to your power. This is where you get fooled. It gives so much to you that it brings your soul, your energy, your thoughts to the level of itself and elevates you. This is a magic that in the West they did not realize last night when I gave it to them. Renan can tell you. Others who are in Keshe Foundation Philippine work, they can tell you. You take the pen, you touch your body. It shares what it needs to take and it gives what it doesn't want, that it finds peace and your pain disappears. It doesn't disappear. It finds balance and peace to the strength of the pen plasma. Your power units will do the same. This time it won't be a single piece or point on your skin, but it will be the whole of your physicality, your emotion. And then when your emotion and your physicality come into peace, in balance with the box, you'll find out you talk different, you live different, and you find peace with it because it gives you when you need it as you need. I said very recently to a friend of mine, these boxes become like the black stones in Mecca. People look for a path to find freedom, and it gives them freedom without knowing. You don't need to travel the length of the earth to find a way peace with your soul. It will bring you to that point. People who have been using and developing this technology for past years, they tell you they change in character. They change, they tell you at the beginning is a strange way, but you start finding peace. It finds peace in your emotion and it carries down to your physicality. But it's got one big problem, that then you start seeing the injustices. Then you get angry with the injustices you see. It's a very strange thing, as I said to the ambassadors. It's a noose around the neck of your conscious, your emotion. And that's the problem with this system. I have not given you freedom. I have enslaved you to your emotions in your many ways to your soul. That because you receive it, it touches your emotion. The way it touches your emotion, you don't feel pain. Then you'll find out how bad you wish you would have never walked into this meeting today, because now you become the judge of yourself in everything you do, because the unit will force you. From now on, whoever stops or tries to stop the development and release of this technology and these units, these are those who want to keep man as slaves for themselves. Because this is the key to your freedom, freedom of your conscious, your emotion and physicality. And you will understand this is the beginning of a very long path for man and humanity on this planet. I will make one nation, one planet, one race out of man within the next coming months. You will see. This is the beginning. Philippines, Italy have linked up together in a beautiful way. I share knowledge with Philippines as I do like a brother, like a friend, unconditionally. I don't give everything. I guide that the knowledge understood. We tried to share with one man in China, and he hung himself out of the greed of what he could see physicality. but in a way his souls will bring him to his balance. I don't see that with Philippines. I don't see that with China. I don't see with the people of the governments in Iran. I have no problem with Americans. I have no problem with Mexicans or the rest. Because to me, we are all one. I have to be patient till they realize. And in so many ways, my patience has run out. That's why I released it this way. We gave the key, they ignored us. They thought they can still govern. In the coming weeks and months, they will beg their people to let them live as presidents, as leaders, as religious leaders. Last night you saw in the conference the man of rope from Vatican. We were shouting distance from Vatican last night. The strange thing is the Pope has issued a peace on the back of the Keshe Foundation Peace Roadmap last month. I delivered the roadmap for peace to the Vatican. I delivered the peace message myself by hand to Vatican. And now, to reduce the power, what we are doing, the Pope has written a paper, an instruction, parallel on the back of the Keshe Foundation Peace Roadmap. That still is something different. We have finished with the power of Vatican. We have finished with the power of Islam in Middle East, in Saudi Arabia, the same with Jerusalem and the Jews, because we're all one. We don't need the name of a citizen, a city, name of a man to call in different religions. We all believe in one thing: equality, peace, one race, one nation. Why do we need to fight? And when we find out all the money which is going in separation will go in development to space technology, that it puts man in space in the coming weeks. If you look at the back end of this teaching, the conference yesterday, the Keshe Foundation supporters realized how far they had everything in their hand and they could not manage to build a flight system. Now they know what to do. Now we are real men of space, if you understand what's on that table. I wish you Filipinos the best of luck. But use this nation as one, and that's the nation of humanity. Don't let this unit become division between the religion, islands, and humanity, because I know too much how your organization works. Unfortunately, I know too much. It's beautiful to speak to Renan on more or less daily basis sometimes. It's beautiful to work and talk to the people in the background which we work with in Philippines. The sincerity, the honesty, the correctness of the conduct is the beautiful race of man. And I hope we can establish the same with the rest of the Keshe Foundations around the world. I thank you, Renan, and the whole people behind you as we keep them safe, not to disclose their names, but they know who they are. Without you, we would have achieved developing the system, but we will not meet the timetable which is planned. And I thank you, all of you, for what you've done and what you're doing. Thank you very much, Renan.
Thank you so much, sir. Also, in behalf of the Keshe Foundation Philippines, we would like to say we're so grateful and honored that you have given us this opportunity to be part of this endeavor of peace for mankind. Thank you so much, Mr. Keshe.
You're welcome. We'll talk later.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, so this portion, this time we will be having our open forum. So if you have questions, so our fellow knowledge seekers who are here can butt in and answer it about the different matters of free energy. So basically, we have the two devices that we're working on right now. One thing is this is the health gadget that will be giving off freely to the attendees right now. So this gadget, I'll get one. This is very simple principle. Okay, so we include in the gadget, so we call this a nano health pen. I just put their pain reliever. So basically, what is in here is a ball pen, a normal ball pen that you can have, any ball pen. We just put a label on it, and we put a nanomaterial inside it. And having a directional settings, so this is pointing out, we can do interaction of fields with our body, and our body are made of plasma. So with plasma and plasma conditions, they communicate. So basically, it's just a interaction of the nerves, of the neural system, lymph system, and the blood system of our body. So if you have pain, it's very easy to use. You just point it out to that person that has pain in a certain area, and it's done. So it will matter how long, about seconds, 30 seconds, 10 seconds, or a minute. It depends on the severity of pain. So it works more when someone use it towards you, not yourself. If you can do it by yourself as well, but if you want to do it in just few seconds, let others do it for you. Okay? So this is how it works. And there is really no expiry date. The expiration of this is only no when you lose it, and also when you start not believing in it. As Christ says, remember, your faith has healed you. So plasma works in the level of our spirits and our soul. It's not a gadget of electronics, not like that. It's a level wherein it is connected to us. So it grows. It is like a plant. It's a tree, so it's an entity. So we work with it. The more you use your pen, the more you use it, the more it get aligned. And the more you keep on using it, it will awaken something in your souls. And you will be shocked soon enough that you will be doing things that you have never done before. It will be a growth in our elevation, not just an art. So it will be starting to use these pens. This will be distributed in the masses. Um, and everything will be produced, given to our poverty line brothers and sisters who are not able to have good hospitalization and everything. So we will be doing outreach for this, and for those who can afford, we'll be selling this in our stores. It's only 500 pesos, and it will be forever. So it will be very cheap, and you have it. You can give it as a giveaway to anyone. But those who wants to know how to make it, just visit our page in Facebook. All is there, open source. If you are an enthusiast on doing experiments, go to our Facebook page, Keshe Foundation Philippines. Just join the group, download all the albums and pictures there. All is there. We have nothing to hide. You just produce this for the people who don't want to make or do it so they can buy. But if you want to produce it by yourself, do it. If you want to make business in it, do it. We have no problem on competition. It's the better people who makes it, the better. The more people who make it, the better. Yeah. because more people will learn and we will reach critical mass. It's very, very important. And the energy unit. So I think our scientists who are doing the energy unit, it will be presented soon in the next forum. But he will be talking here after if you have any questions. So any questions about the pen? You may have questions. Just email me if you're using it already. Okay. So any questions about the forum? So we can. Yes, sir.
It's Rudy Alex, engineer Rudy Alex.
Giving Blue back, since it will be shared to science on October 26th,
Yes.
will they be providing instruction manuals, doable, teachable instruction manuals on how to replicate the blue box so that everybody can do it?
Yes, it will be released in Italy. So here in the Philippines, once they have given us the signal, it will be released through a USB disk as they have given to the as they given to by the ambassadors last night.
Second question. Has this been released to public domain?
Yes.
To prevent repatenting the technology? Because what we have learned, I'm part of the alternative energy research teams. Uh, Always we found that when you do open source and then you do not release to public domain, then the people will just harvest what you have, patent it, and even the inventors themselves cannot use the patents technology anymore. Kinaunan sila.
The technology has been in the public domain, in the internet, and has been published in Italy as well. And it has been already in Belgium. So all of the designs of it has been already out in the patent since 2008. But this specific design, for the specific design for this one, it has not yet come out to the public domain. Only last night. Only last night. It was just presented. So basically, when it will come out, hopefully, if they will, but I believe this is a funny one. Even though people like the one who Mr. Keshe said, who like the one in China who've been duplicating and making patents about it, they're gonna be having trouble how to duplicate it. It needs an ethos to duplicate plasma technology. It doesn't work on green. It doesn't work uh, on the other side. That is what we have learned. We have done this technology. For me, it's about almost a year, and some of my friends, it is a very different technology as we have known on the free energy devices, the solar panels. It's all on Mother's Day. But this one, surely you can do it. Sometimes it won't work if you don't have the right soul. Let it be a right soul when you design, make the technology, do it for good, and you will find. I've been working with this, and on the time when I started working, I have been always banging my head, also thinking, what can I do with this technology? I have no application. But slowly, slowly, after 6 months, it just come out, and it connects directly to your soul. It changes me. I'm a physically charismatic Catholic, but in my ministry, I have died down for a while. But eventually, when using this technology and experimenting, it has changed me a lot as a person. And also, my ethos in giving and sharing has been amplified with it. It doesn't matter for us that who will steal it or anything, but this belongs to people. So there is a way that they will copy this. There is a way that they will stop this. But if this will reach a critical mass, hopefully with your help. Yes, sir.
There are one political and military implications of this. For example, we would expect the Gulf states, Doha, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, to really crumble and fall because the oil will be going down.
They were been advised years
Like
ago.
Russia, likewise, to go down, Venezuela like that, will go down. How do you anticipate it was going to happen?
uh, on the discussions and the daily teachings from since 2 years ago with Mr. Kesh, all has been already exposed directly to the governments. The technology was not hidden to the governments. The first thing before he made this public in the internet, he gave all information, the patents and the technology to ambassadors and leaders in different countries. But they have not done anything. And but he had already 4 times assassination attempt in Belgium, and he survived. So he's now in Italy being exiled. So he has been sent in Italy, and he has done in just 2 years' time so much work done in Belgium, because in Belgium he was there. There was an insider in their foundation which was been discovered just this year. So he was we it was been an issue with the foundation for the past few months, but we have went out of it, and we have continued to pursue the ethos of the foundation for peace. And surely it will be a bigger implication. But now this time, as you have seen, there will be an a coming economic collapse is just around the corner. You will be waiting for that, and we are on schedule. So this is a domino effect from the economic to energy to all the controls in the world. So let's do our part in the Philippines, make it happen here, and surely we can be, hopefully, and I believe we'll be a first world nation using plasma technology. Slowly.
You have to make it spread so fast.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I mean, I'm just speaking from experience, and we have to make it spread so fast. Like, it has to spread at all, but 4 of my friends died. Some of them, but then when they challenge and when the research is challenged, proof of concept and make it work, in just a few weeks' time they died of a heart attack. Heart attack. There was a Philippine engineer, si Clemente from Mandawi. Oh, he had a good concept also. He was going to bring it to the United States. He also died of heart attack. Okay, Robert Blay was challenged by Jim Randy, publisher. He said, I will prove my unit, only hydrogen assisted combustion. I will prove my unit on the racetrack. Vehicle running constant speed, constant fuel supply. My unit will prove that it works. 2 weeks later, his friend tells us, I'm very sorry, old Bobby here was fit as a Marine. We didn't make it to the group because he died. Of a heart attack. I don't know.
It's so easy to induce a heart attack, I think.
Yeah. Stanley Mayer also, diba? He showed up with the National Geographic Channel with this hydrogen device. He died in a restaurant parking space. He was eating, his throat suddenly turned tight. He says, I guess I'm getting poisoned. He ran to the parking lot. He died. And what did the FBI say?
Heart attack.
There you go.
Cyanide.
Actually, if it has to spread,
Actually, cyanide poisoning causes heart attack. Cyanide poisoning.
there you
Yeah.
go. Okay. So it has to spread, and we're going to have to spread it. We have to do it fast, real fast, so that they cannot catch up to you. Okay, if you're just what 5, 10, 15, 20 people, 20 people will die of a heart attack.
One thing that we have considered in the group, we have already chosen our reality. Right. And this reality will be different from the people who had had heart attacks. And we have already, as in plasma technology, you have only, as Mr. Sketch said, is only 1% of the iceberg. Right now, we're already in the 2% in the group. So we are using plasma technology not on these things as well, but in the level of our reality that we can change things. If you are familiar with our with the different aspects in our religion, in the how to do intercession and everything, in plasma technology, it all connects. So here, you just don't deal with the basic tinkering of free energy technology. This is beyond it. We just made it a preview because at least we have a start up how to introduce it, but it will go beyond. The reality will change. It will not be the same again. It is already starting in many countries worldwide. Slowly, as you can see, in the US, they have been dealing with Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is going down slowly, each time, and there are already scandals about it, selling aborted fetal tissues. See, so all of these are coming out in the light. So you can see in the world events right now, Russia how to take over in ISIS. You can see different aspects right now that the world is changing. It is not the same world that we think as all terror, all about drugs, all about no. There is the solution is coming out and is getting to light. We are now believing that we are entering to a new era for humanity. It is an elevation which we're in. We ourselves have been empowered enough, and we say enough is enough. We create our reality, the reality of peace. And those things, the people who are there selfishly holding this technology, surely they will have their own heart attacks. It will come to them. Okay, so may I call?
Do you have any other questions? Are we clear on the doability of plasma technology? I think we are very clear in that. And Renan and Danny here, Clint and Bernie, Brother Moises, can you come forward, please? Brother Toto also, and Dennis and Rommel, so that we are plenty targeted. So please take a photo of us so that when it happens, you will help report to media. Right. Okay.
Sa picture ta?
Oh, picture pa kay. We need to be photographed. Bernie has also to be here. Bernie. So Bernie will reveal everything.
Picture lang isa. Si
Hindi siya gusto. Dali, Bern.
Panay na lang.
Okay, ready guys? Smile.
Dali, Bern. Tapad ta.
Ano Renan? Esquilador tumatawag niya. Burns.
Burns, dali, dili.
Ana.
Ready to go.
Gisena na Renan.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Bernie is our hidden factor. He is the one who will reveal everything if we all disappear mysteriously. By the way, we have undisclosed. You already have undisclosed places where we will hide when they start hunting us, right? But they will not. They will never hunt us because we will be hidden. We will be invisible. Right. That's why you're here, guys, because we need to share it with as many people as possible. So help us, and in a couple of weeks, perhaps in another or in another month, or making a Christmas gift, we will make people know about it through our friends in media. We have so many friends in media, so this kind of technology that is anti-greed will be known to very many people. We thank you all for coming. We'd like to ask Brother Moises to make the. You have a question?
I will still have time. for the benefit of those late comers and Sir Renan, we have from the academy from the University of the Visayas. It's medyo na late na siya. Can you for the benefit of you to discuss the basics, what what we are why we are here, what are you talking about, the implications and everything.
Hello, Dean Joey Ramonte. So we know personally. Yeah, he has already a background. Okay. So we can. So Joey. So hindi yan first timer.
But it would be in YouTube, so okay. So let's ask Brother Moises to come over, or if you have any other more questions, sir, at the back, mga bata. Who invited Mr. Jack? Because we are the
Have a question and answer forum. No holds barred.
Again, Miss Leona, then.
The question is sir was, unsa daw na ingon ninyo nga ethos of the plasma that it doesn't work for the bad. What does it? Why does it have a consciousness? That can it decide on its own? Why? I mean, where does it come from though?
Yes, so the ethos of the technology is why does it work for peaceful means? And basically, Mr. Keshe told us a while ago that it is a living organism. When we deal with plasma, we don't build, we grow. We grow the plasma. So when growing the plasma, it is alive. So it is alive. So when dealing with live objects, it's like having a pet. It has emotions. And that's why they always advise us when we made our reactors, pray for it. Pray for it. Put all your good intentions to it to work. It doesn't just work a simple gadget like that, no. If you connect your computers, eventually your cell phones and the system, the power system, it will work differently. Our cars work differently.
They have a story about their cars.
So we have the devices has been already connected in different systems, and we have experienced different ways in how to communicate it. The interface of plasma is consciousness. So going deeper there, next it will be thoughts integration. So the technology will be integrating with our thoughts, with our emotions. So that's why the pen works so simply. You have the intention to heal that person when you do it, and the person has the intention and the faith to be healed, and it works. That is the simple ethos that is working. If you do it with bad intention, remember the golden rule. It applies fast in plasma. When you use it, the golden rule applies so quick that you don't want to touch plasma anymore. So if you go to this technology, be sure you're prepared. Elevate your souls. This is just not a.
So when using the pen, there has to be the two components.
Yes.
Your good thoughts, intentions, and you have to say the words to him that this I want to heal you through this.
Yes.
So the thoughts and the words
Should apply.
should
You
apply.
also have to have a willingness to be.
Yes, the willingness is so important. If the person will not receive it,
So it won't work. He won't receive because we have our magrams, those magram fields. So it won't work if our magrams won't receive it. Plasma won't force. It won't force. It will only accommodate if you allow. So you take, it's just in the writings in the Bible, ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. If you don't knock, it won't be open. If you don't ask it, you demand it, you don't have it. So it's the principles. Is it correct to say that the pen is like, it works like an antenna? It becomes a funnel. The pen becomes a funnel of the energy to pass through. So with all your intentions, your energy going to the person's body or the environment's energy going to the person's body to complete the process of healing or to complete the process of relieving the pain. Because all our cells just need energy to work and to complete the healing process. It doesn't need any other. That's why we eat. Yeah, we don't eat. That's why we eat. We crush the food. It goes to the intestines. After that, it sucks all the liquid, and we just get the energy of it. Now we can go directly building that energy instead of eating. We just absorb it. You don't get hungry.
Feed the world.
Yes.
Is it like, are we talking about the same energy, like say prana for pranic healing, and then the Reiki healing, all this energy?
All those are so many names, but there is only one. It's still fields. All are fields. Yes, the same magnetic gravitational fields. Those are all fields. Yes, sir.
That's the first time visitor. Can you explain or share with us how Mr. Keshe discovered
Yes, his history. He is a nuclear physicist in Iran. So he's been working there for quite a long time with the government. So he's dealing with nuclear energy. And yes, he is a nuclear engineer. He is a nuclear engineer. Those are fellow knowledge seekers, and he has been developing it for so long, and he has done the technology for the past 30 years in his life already. It has just come out since 2008 in public. Since 2008. How he developed, he discovered it, I think, in his teachings. It's part of his RNA. It is in there. His father is a X-ray engineer, radiology engineer. Yes. Can you help me, Vince?
Yeah, something like that. But also, he was trained in London as a nuclear engineer to control nuclear reactors. At that time, they were sending people to Iran from England to run the reactors and so on. But then he got disenchanted.
YouTube. In Mr. Keshe's early days, as in his nuclear engineer training, he told us during, I think it was part of our public workshops, about how he came up with the solution to prevent the bolts on these big lead plates that were preventing radiation around the nuclear reactors, how to prevent them from being transformed and degraded. So he has helped that nuclear industry a lot in just that aspect. But because of that knowledge, then he started to think about how that radiation works. And of course, that brings you into the plasma.
And also how to decontaminate that. How to decontaminate that radiation was in Fukushima, for example, is a big part of what Mr. Keshe does.
Right, with the new nuclear or with the new nanomaterials, they have the ability to remediate the radiation, and what they do is they absorb it. They create that magnetic gravitational field, or what he calls the magnet of that radiation, and absorbs it and holds on to it. So it's like exactly like the pen, the pain pen, where it will absorb that radiation and balance it out. Because we all know that the only reason we have radiation is when there is not a balance.
Thank you, Vince. Vince is from Canada, Vince? Am I right?
Yeah, I'm in Canada. So is Rick.
And me
So
too.
they are the administrators of the online. So they do all the online works.
Thank you, Vince and Rick.
Thank you so much, Vince and Rick. Okay, one more. Any
You're very
questions?
welcome.
So are you ready, guys, to embark this new ethos or new paradigm of life? Soon, slowly, I think you need to apply it first in small technology sets like the pen, and eventually you will feel absorb the difference, and slowly you can see how it works in our lives.
Renan,
Yes.
there's questions. There's a few questions like Mark House asked, as some others have. Can you please give us the prices for the pain relief pens? Or the...
Oh, okay. It's in euro. It's only equivalent to 10 euro. It's only 500 pesos here, so it's only 10 euro.
And how are they available? How can people get a hold of those, or where can they find them?
Right now, we are still setting up the deliveries for international now. So the local here is only simple. So we do bank transfers, but we're still setting up an international way of distributing it. So I will update on Facebook.
And we'll find that probably on the Keshe Foundation.
Yeah, I'll probably have it on the page when it's ready.
Yes, also.
Will that be in the store, in the Keshe Foundation store?
They will be when we have that ready. We need to have everything ready in the background before we put it onto the store.
Right on.
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
So we'll be giving away pens here, and you can also give these pens to your friends and heal them of their ailments. So okay, so no more questions, so we can do some discussions around. So we can go offline. Any more? Yes, sir. It's a preview for the free energy, not only electricity, it will be the total energy that we need from food, health, in agriculture. We can 3 times, 5 times have a produce using nanomaterials. So there are so much applications on it. So we just do it.
Right. We all have to understand, though, that this isn't just the future of maybe someday we'll come across the agriculture aspect of it. We have been teaching for about a year or two now regarding the aspects of this technology. So it's really the people that are bringing this forward. Not just people like Renan and Mr. Keshe. It's people all around the world that bring this knowledge forward and teach everybody that they can what they have seen. And it's up to us to take that knowledge and improve upon it, or increase the knowledge for humanity with what we have as a base.
Yes. Any more questions? Okay.
So the pen is just like any tool, like crystals, organized, where the funnel plasma spread the positive energy.
Yes, it's a funnel.
So it's all interrelated, but it's where connect the whole brain. Sometimes lahi ang mga
Terms.
lahi,
Yeah,
but
it's just the terms. So once you learn the plasma way, it has a simpler terms to discuss eventually as we're learning.
I think that they complicated the
Excuse me for clarification. Kanang sa mga crystals, wala din na siya, there is some mystical or something mga explanation about it. Whereas kini sa what we're doing here is we have a scientific explanation. So let's make it different.
Many of the knowledge seekers are also dealing with crystals. If you look at their pages, Keshe Foundation in different pages in Facebook, you can see there their most of the knowledge seekers are also using crystals because this technology existed long before, since the Atlantis time. Yeah. Yes, this was already, even the Egyptians knew about it already. So it was just held from us. So right now it's in the public sense. So you use it for peace, and not for power, but for peace, and it will be the whole world, starting here from us, eventually growing to the whole Philippines and the world. Yes, we have already also in Manila, also in Davao, and the different places here in the Philippines. Some are already online, they're experimenting already. I didn't no product. There's all experimenting. So we are starting. Yes. So we had just started it here. So we ask for your help and collaboration in making this work fast and do our parts and how to do your part in spreading the knowledge, spreading the technology as fast as we can. Then value will follow. We don't need the money part. Soon, when this technology flourishes, money will be useless because each people, all communities are self-sustainable. They don't need food. They are already filled. All of us will be living in a way that in our dreams that we can only imagine. Yeah. They say it's the new heaven and the new earth in the Revelations. But let's go there when we let's cross the bridge when we get there. Yeah. So the plasma technology will give us the way, will teach us the way as well to reach the elevation for mankind. Yes, sir.
You said this technology was available in Egypt
Yes.
in the ancient time.
Yes, sir.
Why did they perish?
That's why they use it wrongly. They use it wrongly that it becomes the golden rule applied to them.
So how can you ensure that all the book will be implemented this time?
It is only for the people because before I just studied the history, it is only in the leaders. Mr. Cash spread it to the leaders and they did not at all because they want to stabilize and maintain the status quo of the nations. So they don't do it because when they do it, everything will be shaken. So people needs to do it because people are already restless, and we are already restless. Why there is still no elevation or improvement in our lives? It's getting worse and worse for people, especially for the marginalized. Why we should suffer more? But there is a solution for it. And this is a solution. So mostly we talk in conference the problems, climate change, all the problems, and we do a solution. We kill people so that there will be no overpopulation. See, so now we give the solutions that are so simple that even 5 years old can do it. Why cannot we use it? Because people wants to stay on top, be on control of everything they want. So now selfishness will be gone. We give with our hearts and soul. People change hearts. That's the only thing that plasma technology will bring us. And surely we will achieve our goal of peace. You can only see the news. The news is a good tool for plasma technology in the opposite direction. If you know, because they set your conditionings in your mind. If you give a news that is all in a way of how to develop things, people will be conditioned that they can develop things. That's how the fields work. If you condition the people to see all the bad news, they will be thinking all the bad news. If you teach the people seeing all the good things about life and all the technologies that we're doing that helping each other, people will be conditioned that there's good. It's all about conditioning. The people who are controlling us knows how to use the technology, but it's coming back to them right now. It's going against them because it's the golden rule. They have power for such 100 years, maybe. Soon it will crumble, and it's crumbling right now. That's why they gave heart attacks to others. Surely they will have theirs in our own time, and it's their time now. For us, we do our hearts freely, and we are not in fear anymore. Most of us, there were sacrifices of plenty scientists around the world died for this technology. And now is our time to go out and spread it because it is the time for the humanity to change, and they have no more hope. They say the wisdom of God is foolishness to man. The creation technology is from God. The people in control, they cannot see this right now. They will be blind and they will just be caught off guard. This will be a different way. So we will choose the reality right now. So once we choose that reality, we start with that, even with few people. If you have listened to some of the different talks, you can see few people change different situations and events in the world. Plasma technology is is already been even used by governments, but if they are using it in a weapon way, that's why it's coming back against them. So we use it properly, so we get solutions, fixed solutions in everyday lives. That's all. Thank you.
Big hand for our brother Renan. Thank you very much, Ren. And now let's hear from our brother Moises.
Closing remark na. Mga nakanindot na closing remark because this is the opening. No? It's our intention to establish an academy. So we have the permission. We are an academy now. Since today, this is the birth of our academy. And at the same time, we have the manufacturer already. Now we have the team, we have the structure, and actually, nana tayo mga knowledge seekers in waiting, no? And we are happy to announce that we have a good sharers and teachers. They will share their knowledge and as you have observed kanina, very passionate si Mr. Keshe, no? Parang he's a Filipino. The way I look at it, he's a Filipino. When I was listening to him, I cried. I really cried because parang we have one heart. Parang we connected plasmatically, no? The blue box, ganina doon na napangutana what is in that blue box, no? Na yung mga question ganina hung. It's in our hands, no? It's in our hands. We are very much into it. We are very much into it, and it will come to you without you knowing it, no? It will come to you without you knowing it, and electrical engineers will be putting it into your businesses, into your institutions, into your home without you knowing it. Then this product will be available in electrical supplies throughout the Philippines, maybe not the world, no? We have without you knowing it, but now you know. Without you knowing it, okay, say what products, because we will hide it in the form of acceptable norm, no? Structures, present structures acceptable within the bound of the law, no? Without them knowing it. What? Yes. Oh, come on, sorry. We have studied the law, how to introduce these products without reinventing the wheel, no? without them walay balaod hindi sa muto aron sa kasabot. Walay balaod nga mabangga, walay buot nga masakit. Gawas atong gingon ni Renan nga they will come to them, no? That's why in our TV and radio program amo na ning slowly introduce to the public without them knowing it. slowly satol kayo mga almost a year na murag ang among dating we invited people out there Filipino who have this kind of technology, please come out na, this is our time, something like that. Murag bitaw wa mi kay bawo nga naa na gikuptan, no? Naa na gikuptan. So thank you so much for coming and joining us. We would like to invite you to be part of the group, this alliance, no? Free Energy Alliance Philippines. We're going to open it to the public, but of course the foundation, Keshe Foundation, will be established also in the Philippines. And then we're inviting everyone to learn, to seek the knowledge with us, together with us. I'm still new with with this technology, new ba? I'm still new and I want to tip of the iceberg pa lang akong naibawan. So actually, we have few products already out there in the field, no? Di na mo ma-mention lang basta naana mo na nag-distribute, amo na nagpasoyan. Tremendous ang testimonies amo na dawan. Example, dong, Renan, nangaya silang example dong sa mga few products nga ato nang gikalingawan o gamit, no? Si Renan lang may mo discuss sa sample kay siya may
One of the products there or technology gadgets is the pen and also the patches. So we have also patches, but it's not yet in the market. The patches, yeah, we use these energized patches. I will show you some samples.
Yes.
We can develop that.
The ball pen itself can increase your signal sa improve it.
Yes, it's the same technology. Very simple. Yeah, very simple. You can make that yourself. So these are only the most very cheap pain reliever ever. Yeah, it's a plastic, a tissue paper, and energized water. Yes, so we can make this giveaway. So we have different ways we can do layers of it in a way. So it's been tested in my family for 3 months already. Okay, so I will be giving as have some there. Plastic na there. Yeah. So the we use this instead of having we can use the same as the instructions in the pen. The pen instructions, where are the reflexology parts, the acupoints. You just position the pads there. If you have knee pain, position the pads in the knee pain for overnight. And it will if you have problem in the pancreas, you can just see the foot reflexology chart and insert it there. So all it worked, but the limitation on this is you can only use for one person, non-transferable, but no expiry. It only expires when the water is dry, okay, and doesn't need any recharging at all. Okay, so
I'd like to add, Renan, that it's also worked on my on an injury that I've had recently. Worked very well.
yes, so on injuries, how to recover with injuries, just use the patches. This is so there will be no more agony in on pain like that. So much things to do in here to help people relieve pain and eventually cure them. So, but we'll not claim any cure yet. Let the people decide for it when they use it. So my brothers here are. I'm just using this one. Okay, testimonial. You want to hear one of the who have first used the patch and the pen from Brother Toto? Yes. So you can see, come here, Brother Toto. This is I put here CO2 water. This is a carbon dioxide, zinc oxide gas, water solution. So yeah, it's just water. So you see, very simple, and you just if you if it will already be little already, you just add water. Yeah. So you just add water and it will never be depleted. We just save the information. Remember, water stores information. Yeah. Remember on the video about the water crystals? Yeah. They store information. We just put the information of healing there, of relieving pain. And you just put more water and more water, water there, and make as many patches as you like. Yes. This one, we will teach you to make. Yeah. You go to Facebook and you can see I have made all my presentation. They're all public. You can do it by yourself at home, and it's very simple. Very simple. Acne, come on, Brother Toto, for the testimony. He is one of our next level knowledge seekers in the Philippines.
You know, I am a diabetic person. I always inject my insulin every day. I feel the numbness of my feet. When I make a patches some of my legs, I feel that the numbness comes stick smaller and smaller like that. So I can even sometimes I cannot even do like that because of the sickness here, the pain here. So, but now I can eat it easy, and now for using only for almost a month, just a month, but still there patches. In fact, I have my long socks because of my sick panel pain. So I have parts also inside. Okay.
Okay, you can test your pens by letting it float on your palm. You can test your pens by letting it float on your palm like this. Just make infinity loop, letter A, and you feel the interaction with your fields. Yeah. You can interact. You can feel the interaction. So always use your right hand for male and left hand for female. If you need to learn it more, you can study on the energy flow of the body. It's there in the internet. But for this, because we're working with energy flows, especially our Chinese members here know about the movement of qi and everything. It's very easy for us to use this technology. Understanding the flow of fields, energy fields. For women, the fields of women is left hand is giving, right hand is receiving. For men, is right hand is giving, and left hand is for receiving. Yes, because for giving, you give. Yes. No, you don't need to open. It's the ball pen is just for writing or signing anything, and you don't need to open it. The ball pen, if mahurot ng ball pen, so you replace the ball pen inside. You can open it. You can see what's inside. You can see what's inside there. It's so simple. Yeah. That's why we want you to make your own. So visit the uh, just see the spring inside, the black spring. That is the nano-coated copper. That is the nano-coated copper. So when you coil, this is very important. When making your pens, it is very important you put your good intentions in your heart. Okay? Do it with love. Do it with love. If you feel any electricity on it, there you look at the picture, what part of the body is that? There is something wrong in that area of part of your body that needs energy. So low energy field interacts to higher energy. So I want you to be careful. One thing of this is you need to, once you do it, you need to declare that you won't be affected by the person's pain. Okay? Declare it first. Just declare. It's just words. Use your words to declare that you will never be affected by the pain that you are doing. That's all. And it's done. Okay? Just declare it. We will distribute the patches. So write your name on it. So if you give it to somebody, write your name on it and don't share it. The patch, the water, we already sealed it in a pack. But soon we will, it's so easy to make. It's just so easy to make. It's just a first step for you to see the applications, and then from the applications you can experiment. Okay. So or maybe also we also tried solving acne. If you know acne, we have already done 2 days dried up. Any different ailments in the body, rheumatism, arthritis. So we are still documenting the different experiences of the people. So soon we will present it in our pages. Okay, and thank you so much for attending. And as you continue to discuss, we'll have our music. Thank you so much. Rick and Vince, Mr. Keshe, and all the people around the world, thank you so much for being with us with our small gathering here, starting here in the Philippines. And soon, hopefully, we will grow a larger group here of knowledge seekers.
Thank you
So
so
much.
much there, Renan. It was very good to hear your presentation, and I think we all enjoyed it.
Yes, excellent, excellent, Renan.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick. Thank you so much.
Yeah, many thanks to all your supporters there. It seems like an enthusiastic group, and I believe you're going to be going places, let's say, in many ways.
Yeah. We're gonna take over the islands here. So many islands. Bye bye. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we will end the meeting now. Rick, did you want to end this session, and then we'll fade out here. John, could you maybe just start a little bit of background music, and we'll fade out in some background music.
Okay, so that's the end of the preview to Free Energy Conference for October 17th, 2015, from the Philippines with Renan Lim. And